Once upon a time in a big city, there was a little girl who loved to sew. Her name was Matilda, and she had a big wooden sewing box filled with all of her favorite things: buttons, threads, needles, and pins. "Who are you?" asked Matilda. The button was a little scared. I don't know," he stammered. "Why don't you come help me make my project?" One of them poked his head over and asked, "Hey, new button, why aren't you like us?" As he bounced down the hallway, he passed by all sorts of rooms and places where he thought maybe he could belong. He traveled past tall buildings and busy streets and over sidewalks full of people, but none of those places felt right. Finally, he came across a park and he saw some kids playing and having fun. The red button thought, "Maybe one of these kids needs me." The other buttons smiled at him and one of them said, "Why, yes, you're one of us, my friend. We're the Rainbow Button family." And he told them all about the magical buttons. Pretty soon, all of the kids wanted to be just like him. His special job was to make people smile whenever they saw his coat. And he knew that he would spend the rest of his life doing just that. And they all went to the donation store to find their own unique coats. And when she sees him, she smiles because she knows that he's happy. The world needs all kinds of people, and we're so glad that you're in it. And although she's sad that he's not in her sewing box anymore, she's also really glad that he found his true home with the rainbow buttons. We were given to this coat when it was donated, and we love making people happy when they wear this coat. Want to be our friend? And if you want more cozy stories, click right here. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures. The red button couldn't believe it. He'd finally found his family. They believe kids should feel good in what they wear and be good to the earth. That's why all of their clothes are made with 100% organic cotton. Not only is it better for the earth, it's also incredibly soft and comfortable. Plus, every piece has been designed with imaginative kids in mind. Whether your little one loves dinosaurs, outer space, or cute animals, they will find the perfect outfit for every occasion. Once upon a time, viewers can save 20% on their first order by clicking the link below. That's 20% off plus free shipping on orders over $60. So head to the website now and get ready for your next adventure. So he rode up to a little boy who was sitting on a bench all by himself. In the kitchen, he saw a row of shiny red kitchen buttons on the wall. The red button said, "I'm looking for my home. I'm a button and I need to be sewn onto something. Can I be sewn onto your coat?" The little boy looked at his coat and said, "Well, actually, I just got this coat from a donation bin at a local store. I don't really like it that much, but it's really big and warm. I guess I can use a button like you to fix it up a little bit." So the little boy took the button and he used a needle to poke a hole through his coat, and he put the button on the coat, and he used a thread to wrap around the button, making sure it stayed nice and snug inside the hole. He stopped and asked, "Excuse me, are you my family? Are you the ones who are supposed to be my people? And what do you know?" There was a whole bunch of buttons already attached to the pocket. The red button was so excited. These buttons were just like him. They were all shiny and sparkly and colorful. They were nothing like the boring wooden buttons in Matilda's sewing box. The buttons on the wall looked at him and one of them said, "Oh, no, you're not one of us. We're way too dull and plain. We don't have any glitter and we don't get to be used in fun projects. We are just kitchen buttons. The red button felt even sadder than before. You are so loud and bright. It makes it hard for us to focus on our job of staying still and being boring. The red button felt sad after hearing that. Maybe he didn't belong in the sewing box after all. So as soon as Matilda went to get her crayons, he decided to sneak out of the box and go find his real home. The button agreed and Matilda began to show him how to sew. She used a needle to poke a hole in the fabric. Then she put the button on the fabric and she used a thread to wrap around the button, making sure it stayed nice and snug inside the hole. Then she did it again and again and again until her project was finished. I just found myself here one day and I think I might be lost. You see, this button wasn't like the others. He was a lot shinier and a lot more sparkly. All of the buttons in the box were made of wood and they were all painted in muted tones of brown and cream. But this button, well, he was red with gold glitter and he didn't really know why he was in this sewing box or where he belonged. One day while she was making a brand new project, she noticed a shiny red button lying at the bottom of the box. Matilda looked at him for a moment. Well, you do look a bit different than my other buttons, but that doesn't mean you don't belong here. And as she worked, all of the other buttons started to notice this shiny red button. He rolled off of the table and onto the floor. He rolled out of the kitchen and down the hall and through the front door and into the big city. The boy looked at the red button and asked, "What do you want?" Then the red button noticed that the coat had a big old pocket, and he peeked inside of it. The red button asked, "Are you guys related to me? Are you the ones who are supposed to be my people?" As a little boy walked around the park wearing the coat, all of the other kids wanted to know where he got such a cool-looking coat. The red button beamed with pride as he looked at all of the kids. He knew that he'd found his purpose. Now, every time Matilda goes to the park, she looks for that red button. And you know what, friends? It's okay to be different. It's okay to stand out. In fact, it's wonderful. Once Upon a Time is proud to partner with a clothing company. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit the like button so you never miss an exciting adventure from Once Upon a Time.